there.
We're live early. Kim's over there putting stuff in the wood stove. It's not real cold in here, but it's slightly chilly, so she's going to want to warm it up a little. And I'm just sitting here. I was afraid, I was a little bit late, so I was kind of afraid nothing would go right, but everything went well. So we came up early. Nobody's paying attention to me. They probably came in and now they're just waiting for it to be the right time. They're watching something else.
That's okay. Good start.
Dead Cougar Garage says it's cold. He's here.
Not real cold.
Well, where he is, it might be way cold.
I am going to.
And Barry Coot is here. Good evening. Yeah, we're early.
I'm going to hop over to the shed and grab a couple of sticks.
Hop over to the shed and grab a... Oh, over by the mower?
Yeah.
Oh, it's some kindling. Kindling. All right.
I'll be right there.
Be careful out there.
I know.
Don't let the possums get you. So let's see what's going on. I don't know. There's such a nice 70-degree day here in Alberta, Canada. Man, it's warmer there than it was way down here in Tennessee, way south of you. It was barely got to 60 today, and it's cooling off. It's already down to like 50 or 48 or something. Kind of cool for here. Luis is here. Good evening. I bet it's warmer there. I bet you there where you are, Luis, is nice and warm. I bet it's nice and warm most of the year there. Barry Kuda says the MOA. M-O-A? M-O-A? That's a military operations area, which is an area that you could fly into, but you got to be careful. Now, a restricted area you can't go into without permission. And military operates there. But I don't know what this MOA is. MOA. It's my flying days. I got to worry about stuff like that.
Found some sticks.
Kim says she found some sticks. Stolten says, hello, Luis. They're all kind of coming in early and not expecting to see me here, I think. Did anybody see our video? We put up a video today that was, I kind of liked it. It was me flying the chase vehicle and Kim driving her Bronco 2. I was going to say Ranger, but no, it's a Ranger engine.
Pretty much a Ranger.
Luis says he's got 997 subscribers.
That's awesome, Luis. Congratulations.
Does anybody have... Man, am I subscribed to him? Let me see.
Well, I think we are, yeah.
Probably, but I want to confirm that. Mexican Spec, can you put up a link to Luis's channel? Because he's 3 subscribers short of 1,000.
That probably feels good.
And then oh yeah, Mexican Spec says hi, early bird. Hey, you know what, Mexican Spec? I was really rushing around when you had your live going. I was listening, half watching, but man, I was not ready for this, and I got up here late, and then we actually ended up being a couple minutes early. And Kim goes, "Why don't you just go ahead and go live?" So I did. Yes, I am subscribed with the bell to Luis. Wow. Let's see what he's got. What's the latest video? What did he say here? Oh, a meme short.
You watching other people's YouTube?
I'm looking at. Oh. Link to the last day of Back to the Future. Right in 2007. That's his short video.
Okay.
So, yeah, I went to Luis's channel.
Okay.
Just to do it. There it is, see? And I am subscribed with the bell. So, I'm going to get back out of this and go back into our channel, which is somewhere around here. Oh, I smell. What happened there? Not what I wanted.
Hey, there we are.
There we are. We're back. Microphone's working. Got 8100.
Plug the lights in.
Oh, there! I knew I forgot something. You always got to tell me that.
You don't like those lights.
No, I just forget. It just everything works without them, so I forget.
Hi, everybody.
Oh,
I'm Kim of Kim Fixes Things. Although I'm really Kim of Bucktail Campo channel, since I haven't done anything on my own channel in a decade.
Did I try the gargle? No. CD Burlock's here. Asking me if I tried tried the gargle. No, things are really healing up. It's just I had a little stuff left, but today I'm probably just about there. The moa was a huge flightless New Zealand bird that was hunted to extinction. Ah. Mexican Spec says, I need to make my food. I can't decide what. Chicken or chicken. Do they have goose or duck or anything there? I just watched a guy cook a goose. His goose is cooked. So
His goose was
that was what's his name? Sean Woods, that does he raises his own animals, grows his own crops. Everything he eats comes out of his garden, except his salt that he harvested out of the ocean and dried out some salt water. Pretty interesting guy.
Mexican Spec. Thanks for putting up that link. But you know what? The live just started. There's only a couple people in here. So maybe give it like 15, 20 minutes. And we'll mention Luis again, and we'll get him his other sub up to 1,000 for sure.
Well,
for sure.
It's 9 o'clock now. He put it up again. We just need three more people to go to that link.
Well, yeah, but there's only a couple.
We only have 8 people here. Yeah, we only have 8.
So we're just getting started. So
yep.
Yeah. Try.
What is this?
He'll get it today.
C. Burlock says,
I want it now.
Kim, tisk.
What? I don't know.
Well, if I answered your email, the car in the picture is a 1960 Imperial. Well, C.D. Burlock sent me some emails with some links and some things, and I responded to him, and I watched the video. Bruce Culchin already got a Temu ad. Oh, Mexican Spec says 1 more person. That means 2 more people? Yes, I'm almost there on a thought. Oh, so you're up to... Okay, now I got to watch this. Where is he? Here he is. I'm going to refresh that. He has 999 subscribers. Needs 1 more. Somebody.
Lester LeSabre is here. Hippie Long came in as well. And it's 9 o'clock, so it's actual starting time. I'm Kim. This is Buff. And it's Saturday night with Buff and Kim, live from Clarksville, Tennessee, from our studio workshop.
He's got 1,000 subscribers.
Congratulations, Luis. Is that his picture?
That is right there. So
He's been working at it now.
he's got 563 videos up.
How did he have? I did not know. He's got a bunch of shorts now.
He's got
Good
shorts.
job.
He's got
Good job.
He's got all these videos. See all these videos he's got?
Yeah. There he is. There's pictures of him.
There's pictures of him, yep.
Here all this time, I didn't even know if he was a real person.
Yeah, Kim goes, I think he might be a bot or something. I go, no, he's a real person. Oh, man.
I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Luis. Congratulations, getting to 1,000.
See that? Yeah. Well, he worked at it. 563 videos? That's a lot of work. What's he have here? It's all written in Spanish. Yeah, see that? 1,000 subscribers.
Well, that makes sense.
He's got 361,000 views. Yeah.
Dean's doing government work. Not quite as all squared as Mr. Green.
You know who that is? Mr. Green?
No.
Mexican Spec always comes up like that.
Oh,
because he
Mr.
shows
Green.
himself like that. He doesn't show his face.
Right. I see. Yeah, Mexican Specs. He's got it all sorted now. He's rolling.
So now we're back.
It won't be.
Mexican Spec says, I'm going to make my food. Be back soon.
Well, he was streaming for hours.
Well, yeah, and his wife left. She went to some
Mexican Spec's wife left him.
No. She left to go to some event.
Oh.
And so he has to cook his own food.
She didn't take you with her to her event, Mexican Spec. He probably didn't want to go.
One headlight.
Girly things.
One headlight will do.
Ah.
One headlight? Is that like one headlight?
No, that's like one headlight. Hear the difference?
I try to keep
one and one.
There's some cleanliness I try to keep right here.
Well, why would you do that?
And I come in here, and this nasty thing, it's right here where I have to work.
You know what?
Are you saving this for something, or is this?
You know what? I had to. It was.
You back flushing that filter. Use it again.
No, you know what? I had to take the clamps off of it and do some stuff with fuel lines today.
Hippie long.
I got the dart running
Hippie
today.
long was number 1,000.
Oh, thank you, Hippie long.
Okay, go on about your dart. I wanted to bring that.
I got the dart running today. It's been sleeping since fall. I put a new fuel filter in, put a couple gallons of gas in the tank, gave the carburetor bowl a fill with the little, and she chugged to life before long. And with the battery that had been sitting in it, and it was hooked up and everything. I thought I took the battery out of it for winter, but I didn't even bother to do all that. So I didn't take it anywhere, but we'll be giving the dart a spring sortie here any day now.
Poor Spec, gonna starve. Kim goes out sometimes and leaves me here alone, and then it's like, ooh, now I can eat what I want to eat. I can cheat on my diet. Nah, I can't do that.
No, he doesn't. He says he's going to, but then he knows who will suffer.
Oh no, I'll fat myself up. And
he's the one who'll suffer, so I don't tell him what to do. He makes like I'm the evil wife, the wicked stepmother. No, you eat whatever you like. I have no control over the consequences, good or bad.
CD Burlock says, forgot what link I sent, Buff. Was it good? You know what? I don't remember what it was, but I think it was an AI. I think it was an AI video.
He was pissed.
I wasn't pissed. I just said, why did he send me an AI video? I don't know.
Wasn't even a real YouTuber.
Buddy Carpano, got a fixed leak on a dark gas tank. Fixed leak.
I do got to fix the leak on the gas tank, but I only put 2 gallons in.
Oh, what's going on there? Oh, it's where the sending unit goes in. Yeah, because the tank's okay.
The tank is fine. It's just I cannot get the sending unit to seal.
Leslie Saber says, I cheat food on my wife when she is asleep.
Lester, you cheat food. You cheat on your wife with food.
Kim buys these little rock hard cookies that got some tiny bit of
They're
frosting on them.
oatmeal cookies.
They're oatmeal cookies, but they're not like really good cookies. They're just, but I don't eat any sweets. So when I grab one of those, like cheating when she's not looking, I'll grab one of those, and man, does it taste good? Because I don't usually eat anything with sugar. So if that was like 5 years ago, I wouldn't have eaten such a rock hard, terrible cookie. But now they taste good. I can kind of see why you eat them.
There you go. You're like, those cookies are terrible, but if you're desperate enough,
See this punch?
that's the trick to pretty much everything in life.
See this island punch that hasn't been used yet. It's still sealed. But I did laundry today, and I was taking everything out of the washer to put it in the dryer, and this was in the bottom of the washing machine after I did the laundry. And I remember I had it in this pocket right here. So I washed this, and it remained sealed.
Oh.
So I got to use this now.
All right.
But it's clean on the outside.
That's right. Extra clean.
This is very good. It says the penguin always faces due east. Penguin. Is that like Batman penguin?
I don't know which penguin it is. It's a good question.
Neurons from outer space effect. Dean, I'm always lost.
Dean, we are perplexed.
Luis says, yes, I have some tools to fix a bike for sale, and this is so awesome and very rare to $300.
Cool.
Mark Sobe is here, says, evening. C.D. Burlock says, Mexican Spec told me it was an AI-generated video, but realistic. Okay. Yeah, I think you sent me an AI video. Man, I turned one on today. It was, I'm trying to remember what it was. It was, it was so bad that I don't remember what it was. The very first thing, it was like the 10-something cars or 10-something airplanes or something. The very first thing the guy said, the AI voice said, he mispronounced it. I went, nope, I'm not even watching this. Click. So he got like 10 seconds view time out of me.
He got the click, though. He knows what clickbait will work.
He got the view, but views don't count for view time.
I don't know. Clicks.
Then it says, Mexican Spec, this Mark Survey says, how goes? I didn't get a notification for your live earlier today. Yeah, I came in late to his too, and I was busy running around, so I just let it run, and I was kind of listening to it. And sometime
you need to get up early you got to get up early in the morning.
Well, you know what happened?
Get ready so you can be ready for Mexican Specs Live.
I had a phone call.
Oh, who did
and
you talk to?
And I talked to the guy for a while. Guy that has a Titan aircraft.
Oh, cool.
He's 77 years old and he's still flying. It's funny because I kind of met him on a website.
On a website?
Yeah.
A dating website?
Had to do with airplanes.
Oh.
So then he sent me a private email, and I emailed him back, and he was saying, where are you in Tennessee? Because I'm in Tennessee. So he's down the road a ways. And he wanted to know where I was. I told him where we lived. And he goes, oh, I went to school out on, you remember where, oh, you never went to Matt's old house, the one that's out Highway 12? he went to a school out on Highway 12, and I said, "Oh, I know where that place is. My son used to live out by there." And then he said, "Oh, I grew up in California, but I moved all over the place. I lived in South Dakota for a while, eastern South Dakota for a while, and some other things." And he goes, "Man," he goes, "you and I have chased each other around our whole life and never met," because he lived in Central Coast of California. He lived in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, which is right up the road from where I live. And then he went to school right out here. It's just crazy, you know. So we ended up on the phone talking, and I talked to him for about an hour. So that kind of messed up the afternoon, but that's okay. Got to talk to him. Nice guy. Very good. I nearly always have to tint the color right myself.
You were talking about buying paint.
Oh, Barracuda doesn't cheat, except that the paint isn't available from the supplier in the color he needs. Oh, you know Dallas Brown, from the AHRA. You know what paint he uses? He goes into the automotive paint store, and they got paint sitting there that's been mixed where they messed it up and didn't get the color right, or customer didn't want it or something, and it's sitting there on the markdown shelf. So
Pardon me.
So he
buys the junk paint.
He buys the paint that's mismixed stuff, and that's what he paints his race cars with. So when you see Dallas Brown's car, isn't tight again.
Thank you.
What's going on? You okay?
Nope, I'm sneezing.
What's this? See Burlock. It showed a VW Golf hit the overhead sign, totally shredded. Doesn't sound good.
Thank you, Luis and Dead Cougar Garage. I got the sneezes. There's a lot of pollen again.
I am glad pollen doesn't bother me. What bothers me is if I bend over, like to tie my shoes or to get something out of the bottom of the refrigerator or to get something like in a bottom shelf, I will start sneezing. And I always call it the bend over sneeze. And I don't know why it does that, but it does that.
Barracuda says it's the penguin that James Caan knocked over while the lady of the house went to town. The penguin always faces. It sounds like a movie reference.
And Tim is here. Good evening.
Hi, Tim.
Tim, you got a new avatar? Maybe not. I don't remember. I thought he had something with his with his car, and now he's sitting there with a helmet. That's what it looks like. It's kind of small.
Mark Survey wants to know what keys unlock a banana. I have no idea what that means either. You guys are all over the map tonight. You're keeping us on our toes. Mm-hmm.
So, Mexican Spec, do you cook that chicken that fast? Or is it sitting there cooking while you're over here doing this?
Lester says, bright sun makes me sneeze.
Oh,
I've heard of that before.
I used to go outside. As soon as I was outside in the sun, I'd start having a big sneezing fit. And that doesn't happen anymore. I don't know. As you get older, things change. And the bend over sneeze started about, 2 or 3 years ago. Then over the time my shoes, I started having a big sneezing fit. Have you ever heard me in there when I'm getting ready?
Oh, I know, because you start yelling, "Oh my God, I'm sneezing!" Like you. "Oh my God, I'm sneezing!"
I don't do that. I talk to it. I go, "Stop! I had enough," and it sneeze again and again
and again announce it.
And again.
Like, I heard you
sneeze. It's like, okay, I had enough. Stop sneezing. I don't know why do
Sorry for the shouting.
Why do I have to sneeze so much? It's not doing me any good.
I don't know. It's your body. It's against what you're doing.
Yeah, it just doesn't like me to. It's over.
It's angry.
No, it's a reference to the divine nature of Stone Temple pilot placement. What?
Oh.
Josh Holman's here. Good evening to one and all as well. So
Stone Temple Pilots, like the rock group.
so so there's a lot of soldering, like every other English speaking person would say, except in the United States. Soldering.
I've still got a lot of soldering.
And in the U.S. we say soldering. I don't know why we leave the L out. But so there's a bunch of soldering here, and Kim's got wires over here.
I really don't feel like doing this.
She must have been up here soldering.
I really don't feel
Tippy Long, let's get some car stuff. I like the test drive video. Hey, thank you. Cold intakes potential solve the sound. Cold intakes potential solve sounds.
Thank you. Yeah, I
Pit Snipe came in. How did I miss that?
I have some tubing. Honestly, you could like zip tie a heater hose to it, and it would do a lot for the warm up. And like when I took it into town, I had some errands to run with it.
I couldn't believe you drove. I didn't know you were going there. Next thing I know, you're way into town.
I took it all the way into town, yeah. And I did find somebody who will write me the papers I need, hopefully. He said I had to come back Monday. If he would do it if I come back on Monday with the title, so because I didn't have it with me because I'm dumb.
Mexican Specs,
stunned.
They will not assess it there. They want a written.
Yeah, they don't do assessments. They said take it to a dealer and have them do an assessment.
And most of the dealers tell her to get lost.
I talked to at least 2 people that said, we don't want to do it. So, but I did find somebody who said they would. Can you drive it to the DMV and ask them if it's still worth $20K? No. I don't think that woman will think that will be a funny joke at all. I think she was offended by the fact that I didn't like her answer.
That woman at the hey, look at this. Well, we got to turn on this now. Here goes.
Woo, woo. Thank you, Lester.
There goes the light.
I'm going to need 2 feet of solder.
2 feet of solder. So the woman at the motor vehicle place, they don't call it a DMV here. They have some other name, but she's just following the policy. This is what we do. Well, thank you, Lester Saber.
I don't know if anyone watches Cold War Motors. He recently, just in the last couple of days, he did a walkabout at his property. Walk past it. He's got, these old antique cars. He's got lines of them, right? But he's talking about like a lot of these cars, they're never going to get restored. He doesn't want to restore them. He knows they're not worth restoring. He says unless this car had some kind of special history for you specifically, or was the car you wanted for yourself for forever, not worth it. Doesn't look too bad. Runs, drives. It's not worth fixing because you can get better ones for less money. You'll spend a fortune and half a lifetime trying to fix it. It isn't worth it. A lot of people who are not really into cars, the only exposure they have is they see the top of the line, top tier, most expensive classic cars getting sold, changing hands between the people who are buying investment cars, right, from Barrett Jackson or auction houses. They're paying premium prices for the most premium, rare Hemi cars or whatever. And people who don't know what any of that garbage means. They don't know what any of that means. It's just some old car. It's shiny, right? They think all old cars are worth a bunch of money, right? By virtue of it being old, it's very valuable. Or it could be worth a lot of money. All you have to do is just fix it up. because they've seen all these flipper videos where people just, in one day flip this old car out of a barn. You know what I mean? Which a lot of those things are kind of staged, or, like.
Yeah, they completely restore a car in 47 minutes.
Yeah, right. In 47 minutes, right?
Now it's worth $250,000.
Right. Like, look, I found this super rare car, and I put new brakes on it. And now it's worth. So they all think that if you're driving an antique car, that you're getting rich.
Just a second, Mexican Spec. I'll get to you. I want to know all about that, but I'm going to let Kim finish first. Keep going about your car.
Well,
because I'm thinking Mexican Spec thinks I'm ignoring it.
No, that's okay.
I am.
Basically, what I'm saying is, I wouldn't be surprised if this lady at the people at the DMV, they're not car people. They're just pencil pushing people. You know what I mean? They're just administrative people. There might be some there who really like cars, but you don't go and work at the DMV because you really like cars. You know what I mean? Like, that interest doesn't land you a job at the DMV, right? So those people are probably very skeptical, misinformed. They've got a wide range of ideas, and they see people come in and they don't understand what makes this worth a lot of money and not that worth a lot of money. So anyways, they think you're buying this car. How come this old car? How come you're buying this old car for a couple of $100? That should be worth a lot more because it's old.
Thunderbird 1968. Yeah, and a bunch of car people are going to look at that car she bought. Well, you're going to get it appraised after you got it, put an engine in and got it running.
And it still won't be worth $20,000.
No, but on Craig Mays here. But you got to tell that guy that it had a fire under the hood, all the wiring was burned up, and the engine was no good when you got it.
I'll pop the hood, and he'll see it. He can only appraise it for the value it is now, which is fine. I'll pay more tax. I'm going to pay more taxes than what I paid for it, fair market value, and that's my fault for making changes to the vehicle before. But the thing of it is it.
Yeah, you couldn't have got it there.
Yeah, I couldn't
have got it there the way it was. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I did not want to do anything. I didn't even want to pay the money to transfer the title until I got it to run.
Okay, so I'm going to try to remember what I read there at Mexican Spec. He's got a car coming up here. I guess he hasn't told us how he got the money yet because he wants to tell us that. But there's another guy in Tennessee that bought a car from him. He said he's going to handle the paperwork for him, so that's really good. And he knows how to do it because he's done it before, I guess.
Oh, good.
So that's what it is. Pit Snipe says, I love this disgusted look on the county clerk's face when I hand her a bill of sale for $1 for crying beans when I fill. That's what they call it here. It's not a DMV or MVD or any of that stuff. It's a county clerk.
Yeah.
We're one of those states that has a county clerk, and that's where you do several things there, but mostly it's automotive stuff there. So, Mexican Spec. My client has already sent the funds to Adrian. Okay. Now, is Adrian the guy in Tennessee? But how do you get, he knows how to handle it, how to get the funds to you, I guess. Dean has now put what do they call that thing? On Pit Snipe Husker. He put that umlaut or whatever it's called over that. Adrian will issue a 60-day temp tag so the client can drive it home. Okay.
Well, that's good.
Can we have 60-day tags?
I don't know. We only got
We got a
30
30-day. I think there was a choice there. We got a 30-day. My other favorite is registering one of my treasures after years of being unregistered. It was broken on private property. Suck it up, buttercup. Yeah, don't do that in California. They don't care where it was, whether you drove it or not or anything. You're paying the fines, buddy. And every year that you didn't register, you got to pay the back registration. I mean, they are terrible. Here, you just sign the thing that says you haven't been driving it, and you just hope, well, I don't sign it unless I haven't been driving it because the camera's all over the place. Who knows? Then they might prosecute you for perjury or something. Oh, Adrian will send me the funds using Wise as he did with the other car. Oh, I used that once, or I tried to use it once, and I don't remember what happened, but I'm not using it again. Do you know Parker Stevenson, Dean? With the people in, I don't know what all that.
Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania. Pencil. Yeah, you grew up in the land of pencils. Why didn't I ever think of it?
I don't know. You're not as smart as Dean. He's got
Pennsylvania. You know what I always think of?
Yeah.
Is like Benjamin Franklin and the Liberty Bell and all that kind of stuff. I don't know why.
I always think like Transylvania, Pennsylvania. Ooh.
I suspect California does not accept the statement of facts anymore. California's just.
I mean,
I can't deal with it. You know, I really like buying cars from California though, because you go to California, they can sign the title. You don't need a notary, but they're so wrapped up in, you know, a couple of years the registration's been expired, and all they can see is all this money they're going to have to pay to the DMV, and they're making excuses. And I'm sorry, I didn't have this, and I always go, don't worry. As soon as I get into Arizona, they don't care about any of that. They just want you to pay the current license plate, which is fairly cheap.
I mean, but how long ago was that?
Well, that was 10 years ago, but still.
So this is not financial advice. We don't know
no,
the
but
rules as they currently stand.
In Arizona, no other state cares about California rules on past due registration.
I mean,
Steve Edwards is here.
Old cars that sit around, like it's like everything else. They want you on the buy now, pay forever plan. You know, you pay all your taxes on your vehicle purchase when you buy it, and then you pay every year when you renew your registration.
Look at this.
Pay and pay and pay and pay.
Pit Snipe says they charge us $5 for a dysfunctional vehicle statement, then another $20 for the notary stamp. You know what? I was a notary in Ohio, and the limit we could charge was $2. So it wasn't worth my time for the $2. But, you know, because I sold used cars, I needed to be a notary for that. And then when I was working at the airplane place, I told somebody I was a notary, and man, they had me up in the office all the time. Every time I sold airplanes, I was notarizing stuff. And of course, I was on salary there, so I didn't charge my fee. And I remember when that
Wait
expired.
a minute, what did, Craig, are you being serious?
What was this?
At the top of the chat. That was harsh.
Well, they were probably giving each other some.
Oh, they're just giving each other grief?
It belonged. $265.
Oh, you know what? The microphone in this thing was given throwing fits.
Which one?
There's probably metal dust in the darn.
This microphone? Oh, I didn't know that was bad.
I'll bet you this.
Oh.
I'll bet you it's getting ready to cut out.
Well,
I'm sorry about the noise. Yeah. Tavo.
Can you grab that thing and blow it out or anything?
It's an electrical glitch. I can hear it. Every once in a while it goes.
Oh, you can hear it?
I was rewatching the replay. Let's see.
Oh, so you heard it on the replay.
Maybe it'll do better now that I got rid of some of that dust. Metal dust gets in the electronics and then they start acting bad. I gotta
That's nice.
check.
Says Buff needs a diet adjustment. Oh, Shadowman, UDX 435. Good evening.
I gotta make a couple of logs.
You gotta make logs?
Yeah. You know how it is.
And Daniel Morrissey's here.
Turn these logs into logs and fit into the fire.
Yeah, Mexican Spec. That's what it is. Him's running a chainsaw. Indoors. It's an electric chainsaw, though.
Yeah, it's
Oh. It's nice. Says fart jokes, Buff. My bad. Still funny, though.
Is it still doing it?
Shadowman says, I went to the salt flats today. Today's salt conditions. It's salty. Were you really in the salt at the salt flats? What's going on there?
Nothing. Nothing happened.
Not you, Kim. I'm asking. Gene Stevens says, Daniel Morrissey gets paid a good clip from removing dead cells via expensive haircutting devices. And Hippie Long says, and flat? He's talking about the salt flats. They're salty. And he says, and flat?
Well, thank you for the update.
Tavo says, unregistered cars here just can't be driven on the road. All mine are unregistered right now. I'm using kid's mother's Honda. When I want to drive mine, I just go online and pay. No back money due. Well, that surprises me in Australia because I think they're like, everything you tell me, they're like kind of overbearing, but that's good to know. And Gene Stevens says, hi, Daniel, and he has a barber pole there. Shadowman goes, yeah, flat and salty. So what's going on there? Are you kidding me, or were you actually there? I know you live out there somewhere. Is there any racing going on or anything, or you just drove through there? I guess the racing is in August, isn't the Speed Week? Oh, California will not leave a penny on the table, no matter if it is fair or not. That's right. They had a ham radio POTA, which is what's that stand for? Parks on the Air. But other than that, nothing. Okay, so you went out there for a ham radio event. Oh, that's pretty cool. Is it cold out there? Craig, you didn't mean harmless eccentricity. Lee says, Rugrats Go Wild, Chase Scene, Smokey and the Bandit, Part 3. Dean Stevenson says, the two balls, Buffalo Camp. Two balls. There's that thing out there along the highway, that piece of artwork that looks like it's seed pods that fell apart or something, but it's all perfectly round. It's a strange piece of artwork out there along the highway on Interstate 80 going through the salt flats. And yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say something here, but Shadow Man, I'm trying to remember who I'm talking to. Shadow Man, do you know about that piece of artwork I'm talking about? Man, I don't know what that thing's called, but it's out there. I wonder if it's still there. Lee says, Rugrats Go Wild chase scene, 76 Pontiac Le Mans. Daniel Morrissey, Dean. Hi, how are you? Craig May, Cambalda Nickel Mining, and a 76 Dodge Phoenix in the 80s. Daniel Morrissey says, Buff, are you feeling better? Absolutely. I'm feeling a whole lot better. I woke up this morning, little cough, but no more coughing, messy cough. It's just a little bit, and during the day, I haven't been coughing at all. Let's see, Shadow Man says, no, I just went out there to go out there and touch the salt. The POTA thing was a bonus, but I didn't stick around. No racing till August. Yep, cool 60s and mild wind, clear skies. Are you talking about the Tree of Utah? Is that what that thing's called? It's a really strange piece of artwork that's all, yeah, it looks like it's the thing coming apart. Yes, it's still there. Has a fence around it now. They put a fence around it? Too many people trying to climb it. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, the strangest thing people do. I've driven by that thing so many times. The first time I drove by it, it's like, what is that thing? And then after a while, I'd drive by it, and it's like, oh, yeah, because I'd forget about it until I drove by it again. And I just happened to think about it when you said you were out there. So if any of you don't know, there is this strange thing. I guess it's called the Tree of Utah. It's this strange thing out there alongside the road. If you long, I had a representative come out and check numbers. I paid normal, except his fee. Carlos says, IBS is being unkind to me today. What is IBS?
Irritable bowel.
Oh. Okay. I get it.
It can be really awful. Really awful.
And here I thought I was part of a car. Hippie Long says, I didn't know there was a workaround. Dean Stevenson, Chrysler Australia also did CKD Dodge Phoenixes as well as personal imports in the early 70s. Shadowman says the Tree of Utah, also known as the Tree of Life, is an 87-foot tall, wow, it's that big, 27-meter concrete sculpture located on the Bonneville Salt Flats of Utah, created by Swedish artist Carl Moman in the mid-'80s. Yeah, it was sometime around there. It hadn't been there, and I drove by and was like, what the heck is that? I didn't know it was concrete. It looked like it was steel. I thought it was welded together steel, but I never stopped and got close to it.
Are we ever going to work on this car?
Yeah, you want to work on the car? I'll work on the car, and you can sit here.
Oh, I would love to sit in a real chair. This thing is hard.
I'm getting cold. Why am I cold? What is this? Dean Stevenson, only to me, kiwi fruit theft should be a national crime, but Kiwis like to think Chinese gooseberry was free game. Yeah, it's actually a Chinese gooseberry. Big Cope Racing Transmission. John Cope says IBS, intermediate band servo. Something I see all the time. I don't even know what they're talking about, but they say, oh, I know what it is. It's this program, OBS, which means, because in an airplane, it means Omni Bearing Selector. It's a navigation thing. But there's a lot of things that are OBS. But I always think of Omni Bearing Selector. So, of course, John Cope thinks of transmission parts. Okay, Cam. You can have a seat. And I will.
What are you going to do?
Cut and weld. Oh, I know what I can do. Oh, I'll make noise. This is a noisy.
Don't make noise.
This is a noisy project.
Uh-oh.
What can I do that's not noisy? Oh, I can cut steel.
Put some tools away.
Tools away. Well, I can cut some steel to finish this corner. I gotta figure out what's. Do we have any? I know that light piece of steel we have is that crap that doesn't weld. I don't know why that this piece of steel that was in here somewhere.
Yeah, it's awful. Do not.
It does not weld. It just spatters and makes a mess.
It's terrible. Burns holes.
I don't know. And it has like a blue coating on it. And I ground that coating off some of that stuff because I had a big sheet of it. And it's still
whatever it is. You know what? I think it's some kind of
weld.
powder coat, and it's bad. It's really bad. It's not a good thing
Oh,
to
you
weld.
grind that stuff off and it still doesn't.
It still does not work right. It's terrible metal.
Okay, so GM, terrible metal. So do we have any GM, good metal? It's thin.
Shadow Man emailed you an updated pic of the tree of Utah.
Oh,
Thank you, Shadow
he
Man.
sent it?
He did.
Okay, I'm gonna try to retrieve that.
Okay.
And show it to everybody. So then I'll go to work on the car.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen that thing in so long, and we're talking all about it. Nobody knows what the hell we're talking about.
I'm warming my keister.
Your keister?
Yeah, it's cold. Here, it's metal. It's just freezing my butt up. My tush off. My tush is getting cold.
So, where would this be? It would be here.
The email.
Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, how do I show this to everybody? I can.
There you go.
Oh, there. Now I can just
open OBS.
Can I do that from down here?
Yeah.
I can. Then I can bring that up. And then I can go to this.
Google window, yep.
And then I can swap from that car.
Go to window capture.
Yep.
Change it to the email.
Oh, there it is. Okay. How do I move that?
Probably have to.
There you go. Okay, stop. Okay, see, I always thought it was metal, and you see, there's these things on the ground that looks like seed pods that came off, and there's this thing out in the desert. Yeah, it didn't have a fence around it. Is that a strange thing to have along the highway?
No.
Yeah, that's the thing we were talking about. Oh, and then Mexican Spec says, I sent you pics of the Cavalier Ute on Instagram. Okay, I'll look at that one later tonight when I get back to the house. Mexican Spec says, pool balls. That thing is, how tall did you say it was? 87 feet or something? Or 57 feet or something? I don't know. The thing's big. I can't believe people were trying to climb that. What the hell? Why would you just... So they put a fence around it. Keep the idiots out.
Pave paradise to put up a parking lot.
Tennis. Anyway, I've showed that to everybody now, so you all know what we're talking about. That's a strange thing, but it's cool. Okay, so I'll go back to the car.
Yeah, get back to work, you.
Back to work. Get back to work. Quit screwing around.
Break time's over. Back to work.
Why aren't you paying attention to the chat?
Oh, I was going to hook up the camera, so
Oh, people are going to watch me?
so see what you do.
I'm walking over here by the machine.
It's not that cold in here, but
This thing isn't that hot.
no.
It needs some.
All the wood's wet because it's been raining outside. So,
Yeah.
symbol of trees. Tim says, good news, bad news. I fired my family doctor. New doctor did test, found why I've been feeling bad. My A1C is over 10.
Oh!
Now a diabetic.
Yeah, my A1C, I remember when mine was 11, and then I got it down to 7. I felt pretty good about it, and the doctor told me it was not good. And then this last visit is 5.2.
5.2.
Man.
You
It's
can do
been
better.
I was 5.9. I felt real good about it, but now it's 5.2. That is good, Kim. 5.2 A1C. That's a good thing.
Dean says it's 86 feet and it's symbolic. Symbolic of what? Says Hippie Long.
Or are they talking about the tree of Utah?
Dean says, Tim, good riddance to that prick.
What?
Tim, now that you know you're diabetic, you can adjust your diet. You'll get that down in no time. You'll get that down in no time, Tim. Don't give up. Yeah. Knowing is more. Knowing, I don't know if knowing's half the battle. Knowing is the whole battle of finding out. But then there's the rest of the battle. But what's up?
What is this?
It's a piece of metal.
I know. And where's there more of it?
That is a piece of the appliance side. It's leaning over along the brake.
Oh, that's the. Where's my? Is my not is my. Are my calipers handy here? They were here. Now I don't see them. Oh, they're over there. Can you hear me that box? And then I want to measure to see how thick it is.
Okay. Tim says, at least I have help. My wife is a diabetic, so she can help me. Tim, you probably got it from your wife.
Do you know what? It's contagious?
Contagious.
You blame your wife.
That's part of that's what happens.
Oh yeah, this is some thick stuff. This is also 18 gauge. That's too thick. I really want some 22 gauge. That's what that horrible stuff is. I wish that was good weldable stuff.
Pitt says his glasses are slowly breaking. The left arm is a hair from leaving the chat entirely. Loose as hell. Driving me nuts. I gotta get new glasses. These plastic things are coated and all the coating is flaking off.
Complaining about your
glasses? I'm starting to look like a homeless person. I'm not taking care of myself. G.I. Jose says you already know too much. Shadow Man says the symbolism is the wooden part's meant to be a tree, the round things are meant to be leaves, the fallen things are meant to be husks. That's not exactly what he said.
They look like seed pods.
It's symbolic of a tree. I get. Let's see. Shadow Man says, Hippie, the Bonneville sign on the flats has a pic of LSR car on it with a history plaque on it. Tim says it must be in the water. It might be, Tim. You don't, It could be fluoride in the water causes diabetes or something. You'd never know. They certainly wouldn't tell you if they found out that they had poisoned the Sol, would they? Of course not. They'll tell our great-grandkids about how we all got it from lead poisoning and and that the big oil hid the truth from us for generations. Yeah. Once it's too late for any financial liability, they'll tell us the truth. Hippie Long ate pizza.
Pizza sounds good, but that's not good for a diabetic. Although you can scrape all the topping off and eat it. Put the crust outside for the animals. I am really looking for a piece of metal. I'm looking at these acetone cans, but they got acetone in them.
What are
I
you
want an
looking?
empty one.
Oh, you're looking for a cheap piece of tin?
I'm looking for something that's steel, that's not super thick. And I've built airplanes most of my life, so I've got lots of aluminum, but you can't weld aluminum to steel.
Yeah.
I need thin steel that's thin as that aluminum up there.
Oh.
Um,
There. See that can over there? This denatured alcohol right below the green spool wire.
yes.
That's an empty can.
That's an empty can?
You could have that if you want something that thin.
I think I'm going to measure.
Are you sure you want something that thin?
I don't know. I'm going to measure.
All right. We'll keep looking. He's trying to source proper materials. Pitt says he'd stab a fool for a meat lover's pizza. And Pitt says kids these days are doing too much learning in their fancy schools. I don't know. I think that that whole period where a lot of people had to do homeschooling because of social isolation, I think that messed up a lot of our kids. I'm worried for them. They spend a lot of time in front of computers without any real guidance, and I guess there's a lot of people who can't read, write, and stuff like that.
This is one of these tops that only little kids can get off.
Tim says he's been past that big tree on the salt flats a dozen times when he was driving the big rigs. You want me to take it off of that?
Yeah, I can't make that happen. Gotta be a 2-year-old.
You gotta push down. Actually,
I tried to push it down. I tried to squeeze it. I tried all those things. I watched a thing on TV years ago, and they had these aspirin bottles or some kind of medicine bottles, and they were testing out all these different child-proof caps, and they were handing them to adults, and adults they couldn't get them off. And the first 2-year-old they had it to, the kid went like this and popped the top off.
Man. Barry Cuda says, I wish I could make good pizza at home. It's not that hard to make good pizza at home, but it takes a lot of time. Turn your oven up, way up, and get some bread dough, and you can make really good pizza at home. It helps too if you have a pizza stone, like a round. They sell like a round stone that you put in your oven. Valfly says the schools have dropped the ball. If one kid attacks another, both are suspended. This teaches the victim there is no justice. So they take things into their own hands and things get. Yeah, that's. I don't know that. I don't know who invented that. I don't know. The schools are facing really a crisis. I've seen a bunch of like I saw a couple videos by some people about how the education system is struggling with these people who have been pushed forward. They're like in the third or fourth or fifth or sixth grade, and they have no reading level at all and no reading comprehension, and they know there's no consequence for it. Like there's nothing the teacher can do. They can't fail them. And so now the teachers, Hippie says, I prefer when I was young when teachers beat us like we deserved. I don't know if we need to do that. The teachers are not equipped. Things have changed so drastically from when they were raised. They wanted to learn how to read, and they were respectful of their teachers to some degree, at least until they got to a certain grade. But it's chaotic, and the kids are feral. They're not familiar with I don't know. I don't know. Mexican Spec says kids today have all the information of the world in their pockets and are stupid as hell. Some are. I mean, I'm not going to say kids today because, like, I see there's plenty of smart young people out there, but there's a bunch out there who are just
Kim, is there a box cutter
going
knife
to
over there or something?
struggle the rest of their life.
Oh, that's what I need. That's the tool I need.
Oh. Valfly says his wife is a teacher, and he has all the dirty details. I remember when they did away with paddling in the schools. I think it was like in the 6th or 7th grade. They weren't allowed to paddle anymore. Big, big thing. I don't know. Pitt says teachers aren't the problem. They're hostages in a broken system. I think to some, to some degree, absolutely. They didn't build the system. The teachers don't really make the system. And I don't, in a lot of cases, is the system doesn't even respond to the teachers. The teachers have to do what they're told. They're not allowed to deviate from the system as it's presented to them. Let's role play. You be the IROC. I'll pretend to be American. You're going to spank it. They're talking about pizza, but I'm not repeating it because I'll be hungry. Valfly says late 70s paddles were banned. And parents are the problem. I mean, definitely parents play a huge role in how their children are ready to learn or not. Because there are areas in the more affluent areas, especially where like there's a parent that's home with the kids, that the kids can be ready to learn and they know how to behave appropriately in school.
Oh, this is falling apart.
What is that?
The jaws on the vise are coming off.
They probably needed the screws in them tightened up.
The screws tightened up, and that's
Well, it's time to do some service maintenance on the tools.
I'm trying to make a part, and I've got to do vise maintenance.
Sometimes that's how the day goes. You don't ever actually get done with what you want to do because you have to catch up on things that needed done.
So I need.
Tippy Long says, my hiney got torched several times. I deserved it. Yeah. I mean, there might be better ways. I mean, take a child's electronic device. That's a punishment. You can't even do that.
And what
That's a
Steve
terrible
Waco
punishment.
think today about that?
Really, they have.
Well, because there's some movement to, I forget which state it is. New York, I think, wants to take the electronic devices away from kids in school. And,
Yeah.
And what he said is the controversy wasn't the kids. The kids accepted it. It's the parents who want to be able to text their kids during the day. And it was the parents that were against it. It's like, you're kidding.
I don't have all the answers, I gotta say, because the world has changed so much since when I was growing up. And I can't really say that it was that everything about it was like good or correct. There was a mess. There was a lot of things about the way it was that like could have used improvement then. But things have changed so much so quickly. And then, to have a couple of years where kids weren't in the regular schools and then try and reintegrate them, and all the while technology is just rolling changes to technology. Now there's AI, and social media has gone from, like we used to have email and a telephone, and now everybody has an electronic device. Everybody's connected to everybody all the time. I can't have a conversation with somebody without them staring at their phone. My phone,
Doesn't that get old?
it does. I do it to people myself sometimes. My phone rings and I gotta answer it in the middle of a conversation with somebody. I'm answering my phone to talk to somebody else. As soon as I set it down and walk away from it, it demands my attention. It's dinging, it's ringing. It knows if I'm not watching it, it doesn't like that.
One thing I like about cell phones is if you don't respond to them, you can see who called you 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour later, sitting there.
Sometimes I put my phone down and don't look at it for 2 days. I picked my phone up this morning and it was dead all the way. Shut off dead. And then I had some people upset with me because I don't keep track of my phone.
Because when they call you, it's like the phone rings. It's like somebody yelling at you. I demand your immediate attention. Nope.
That's the way the world
I'll
works.
get to it when I get to it.
Pitt says, if you look at your phone without excusing yourself, I about face and walk away. Sometimes I just chalk it up to there's a such thing as a casual conversation where if someone looks at their phone, I'm not upset. But some people are not capable of separating themselves from it.
Well, I'll glance over at it, see what's going on.
You
say, okay, and then that's it. So it's time to look at it more closely.
I think any of us, if we've been by ourselves for too long, our sense of etiquette sort of becomes more lax. Stray Bullets here, welcome in. Our sense of etiquette may become more lax, and we don't really consider the fact. Like, if his phone dings during live stream, he shouldn't be looking at it.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I'll glance at it, and if it's during a live stream, I'm probably not going to answer it. Although Mexican Spec has called me a few times during a live stream, and I've grabbed it because I assume it's something about the live stream. know about. But
Hippie Long
that's,
says, I like canned spaghetti cold. Man, canned spaghetti is really bland.
okay, those jaws are
But
tight again.
I mean, I could see eating it. You were feeling lazy.
Can you read this? Tell me what size that is. My eyes won't focus on that.
8/15.
8/15.
No,
I know that's wrong.
it's 13/16.
That's wrong.
No, it's not wrong. It's 3/16.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't that big. Okay, it's 3/16. This is the size for the vice jaws.
Oh, it's a square, or not a square, but
Now,
okay, whatever. Yeah.
3 of them I could tighten. One of them appears to be tight, but it's all boogered up, so you can't get that thing in there. I don't know what we're going to do about that one.
Barracuda says a man in New Zealand whacked a guy in the head from behind. He fell and hit his head. The attacker laughed and filmed him dying. His punishment was 4 years in jail, probably out in 2. That seems like a heinous crime to only get. Gee.
Let's talk about New Zealand and crime.
Barracuda.
I didn't think there were any crimes in New Zealand. I thought everybody there was pretty good.
Everybody in New Zealand is nice, except for that one guy. He's bad. Pitt says he always loses his 8/15 socket. Damn it. I know. I just end up using the metric one. It's close enough.
Yeah, 15th. That's the size.
Valfly says I need to clear out the garage so I can build stuff like a waste oil forge. I have the oil burner. I just need to weld up a housing for it. Oh, that sounds like a fun project.
Well, this is pretty darn thin, Kim. We
Yeah.
went from 48,000 to 12,000.
This
This
is
is too thin.
Yeah, that's probably too thin.
Well, not cut the can. Wrong. It is wrong.
But the vice is fixed.
Put the vices fixed. So I just opened up the trash can to throw that piece away. You know what I found? Wiring harness in the trash can.
Pitt says he uses the crap out of his metric channel locks. I always find the Imperial channel locks when I'm looking for and vice versa. I hate that. If you use the wrong channel locks, the metric instead of Imperial, you'll strip the threads out.
Here's the thing.
Stray Bullet doesn't care how important your phone call is. If their phone call is that important, then so be it. I'll walk away from a conversation if somebody's busy on their phone instead of if it's more important. I know where I stand. Barracuda says judges are a problem. Yeah, there's often more to the story, Barracuda. Money and influence and friends, they can make a lot of difference in the weight of punishment against things. In some cases, like right now, our government won't make a determination on things that they really need to make determinations on. You know? They just, they, jeez. To the point of neglect, they won't make determinations, but then they're up at arms about things that are inconsequential. I don't know.
They'd rather go wrong than blame the other party.
That's right. Sometimes I think they intentionally break things so they can show how important they are to fix things.
Yeah, this is too big.
Pitt says, fun gearhead lesson that I witnessed this week. I've always been told not to turn an engine backwards. But in old school, chain-timed mills, it doesn't matter.
Which engine can't you turn backwards?
If it has a timing belt tensioner, and you turn it backwards, you could make it skip.
I want that tool that I just handed you.
Conifics. Are you? Whoa. No, that's just a bracket I made. Let me see.
This is your bracket? I was going to measure to see how thick it is. I was going to straighten that edge out a little bit just so I can measure it.
No point, because you can't use that metal. That's my bracket.
Well, you don't have more of this?
I don't.
Okay, well,
that's the end of that.
That's the end of that?
Yeah.
I'm going to measure it anyway now.
You can.
Your
you can. Do you need me to find some source material?
Oh, this is perfect. It's 25,000. I would love to have a sheet of this, but it's your bracket.
It is my bracket.
And there's no more of that?
No, that's about the end of that. That's the shelves I used to put the van back together.
Oh, those.
Mm-hmm. I recognized the color.
Yeah, a piece of 25,000 steel sheet would be perfect.
Burlock asks, does the crime rate go up during a Bronson movie marathon? No, the criminals go down. Valfly says, after the waste oil forge, I want to put together a 35,000 PSI forging press to crank out a few Damascus alloy products. That sounds friggin' amazing. I want to see. Cool.
But Damascus, what do they call that thing? Damascus. People that make knives use that stuff. Is that stuff you mean?
Yeah. Knife Damascus. Damascus steel is pretty. It has a nice wood grain to it.
Yeah, that's the stuff. That's what I'm thinking of.
I've seen some videos with the Damascus. See, Pitt says I had timing kit done on a 3.6 LLT this week. Then I had the bad idea to turn it backwards and watched it skip teeth right in front of me. Burlock says, Kim, a guy had an overheating problem. Reason was his engine was a rare GM V8. Fan blade was pushing air because this blade pitch was reversed.
Oh, people did that. People did that with some of the first cars that had serpentine belts, and people didn't understand that. They put an aftermarket fan on it, and with the serpentine belt, the fan would go the opposite direction. They put an aftermarket fan on it, blow air out the front of the car. Then you start driving down the road, it just neutralizes. No air goes.
Always make sure your fan blades are pointing in the right direction.
That was a problem right at the beginning of the
serpentine belts. Yeah, a lot of times they turn the water pump backwards. Well, the other thing is they turn the water pump backwards. I think all the water pumps are different, though. They were smart enough to.
Water pumps mostly is a centrifugal pump, so it just flings the water outward.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter which way it turns. But the fan makes a difference.
They can make tile patterns with their techniques. I've seen some videos like that with the Damascus. It's pretty cool. Hey guys, he's stuck on trying to find
I'm
source material.
really spinning my wheels here.
I understand. You know what? It's not like because it's like right there in front of your face and you can't find it. Like we've been using up a lot of stuff. Come here and
Do you have any metal outside that's like? I would love to have a sheet of that stuff. That was shelving material, and it's all gone.
I mean, we could cut the van back up.
Cut the van back.
No, come over here and entertain chat, and I'll see what I can rustle up because we are getting low on metal.
Let me clean my.
You don't want to use more of that deck lid because it's too thick, huh?
That deck lid is 18 gauge. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
And I need to form this quarter.
Yeah. And you don't want to make it more work than it has to be.
Yes, it doesn't need to be that strong.
I was feeling that way about it too. I wanted to find something thinner, but just didn't get to it.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta hammer that into a shape. You know, why have something that's
right.
Really.
Yeah, no, I agree. I gotta find some.
I mean, we've got 1/8 inch and we got 3/16 chromoly. No, all the things are inappropriate. Hey, we got a bottle of stuff up there called Mechanic in a Bottle. What the hell is that?
We're saving that for the emergency.
It says pour non-running engines. So you pour that in an engine and it fixes it?
Sure does.
So you buy this can of stuff and you pour it in a non-running engine and it fixes it.
You know what
That sounds like a scam to me.
I just leave it in a bottle. It's like a genie.
Genie.
You rub the bottle, and the mechanic comes out and grants you 3 wishes.
Okay. Right. My kids used to like Angela Anaconda. Who is that? See, I don't know these people. Terrell Knifeworks has some great Damascus forging videos. The man is a master at it. Even makes copper Damascus blades. Really, there's a guy out in Yuma, Arizona named Jay. I'm not going to use his last name, but he uses that Damascus steel and makes knives that are, like $1,000 knives or more. And he's backed up. He's got people that want his knives, and he's got a normal job. Former test pilot. Pretty good guy. Smart guy. Yeah, I'm a mechanic in a bottle. Bruce is very sick at the moment. Dean says, Tim, Bruce is very sick at the moment. I have the utmost respect. Pitt says, actually, I was sober for over a month. It sucked. Is that where you were? You didn't come in here for about a month. You were sober. Stray Bullet says, I guess that an airboat does technically have a fan. Man, I had a friend that had an airboat. In fact, I was going to buy it from him, but that deal didn't go. But we used to back it up to one of my radiator shops. Had a Corvair engine with a big old wooden prop on it. We backed that up to my radiator shop in the summer and started up and just let it sit there and idle. And man, it was like a 65-inch diameter stream of air coming in the shop. Man, it felt good. A friend of mine had a boss called the Fat Controller. Very cool. It's like bipolar buff. I don't want to pollute people when I'm off my shit. Oh, man. Dean Gene Stevenson says our pavement foreman was called Buff. Really? Yeah, you're going to do the same thing on. You're going to wander around for a half an hour looking for a piece of material.
Warming up and thinking.
Oh, you're standing by the heater. Yeah, that felt pretty good over there. Well, what vehicles do we have out there? You know that Chrysler we have?
It's all galvanized.
That silver Chrysler's galvanized? The Chrysler 300? It might be thick too. I'm surprised.
I know what we could use. You know the green hood?
Yeah. Is that metal? Okay, it's not plastic. Yeah, how thick do you think that green hood is?
Not
It's
18
way over yonder.
Is it, or did I bring it over the price?
Oh, it could be over here.
Wherever it is, I can get it.
Yeah, but it's the middle of the night. It's dark out there.
Oh my gosh, it's dark.
It's dark. What's the weather? Dark.
Honestly, I'm more worried about the grass is all wet. My toes are going to get wet.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm going to do it. Because we
No.
got to do something. Yeah, we're just nudge for
Steve Edwards, I just bought
entertain the chat.
I just bought a super rare Simba 2. It was $388. Oh, $308. What is that? Is that 23 channels or is that 40 channels? And I assume it has super sideband or single sideband? Not super sideband, yeah, single sideband. My uncle bought an airboat with a Cadillac 500. It took 3,000 RPM and a 10-foot prop just to get that pig off the sand. Jeez. But Garfano had a friend who put 3 bottles of stop leak in, then wondered why his car overheated. Man, I had a guy come in one time. It was a big Pontiac or Buick or something. Big GM crossflow radiator, and the seam had split down one side. And somebody told him to put cream of wheat in it. So he put some cream of wheat in it, and a leak stopped. And then, of course, that's a good thing. So, Tim, that's perfect. Thank you. Let me finish my story, then I'll go to work on that. So the seam started to open up further because it was sealed up for a little bit. So he put the rest of the box of cream of wheat in it. Then he
leaked again.
Then he had to have it towed into me because it overheated. Well, it completely, the tank, this far up the tank, it's a crossflow, was full of cooked cream of wheat. It smelled like breakfast in there. And of course, all the tubes were clogged up. So, yeah. But I fixed it. I was able to rot it out and redo the seam, and it worked fine. But a whole box of cream of wheat to seal
Doesn't leak anymore. You just keep putting stuff in there. Eventually, you'll just replace it, and then it won't leak anymore.
I had to flush the rest of the system. But because he put it in, where the cap is on those things is the end that goes into the. Well, it's just so much that it clogged it. So none of it really went into the engine or anything. Eggs. Yeah, eggs. Eggs are hard to get out of radiators, even in a hot tank.
Yeah, that's...
The worst thing to get out of a radiator in a hot tank is chewing tobacco. Does not come out. Once you see that in there, once somebody puts chewing tobacco in there, radiator's done. Steve Edwards says it's 23 channel. Wow. Yeah, I've seen it all, I think.
No.
Eggs, chewing tobacco.
There's some idiot out there who's got another worser idea, but I think you have seen a lot. As far as radiators, you've probably seen a lot.
10-foot propeller.
It is an old water heater. That's right, Josh.
That's old water heater sheet metal. I'm so glad we stripped the water heater.
You're going to have to be selective about what part you use because there's rust at the bottom, and then there's a bunch of that foam insulation stuck to parts of it.
Probably buff right off.
Well, there's big parts of it that have foam on it, and there's big parts that don't. So just pick a part that looks best and just start with that.
And then black pepper. Yep. Cream of wheat removal charge, $900. Oh, by today's prices, back then a radiator rod out was about $50. Maybe less than that. Talk about removal charge. When I was working in a wheel alignment shop, a guy came in with a big Mercedes. Said he had a vibration front wheel. Or he didn't know what wheel it was. It had a vibration. So I went out and drove it, and I could tell it was coming from the right front, just vibrating like hell. Everywhere from about 45 miles an hour up. So I pulled it in, put it on the rack, lifted up, and I'm going to pull off the right front and balance it. And I pulled the hubcap off. It's a real deep dish wheel. There was a rat in there, in the wheel, and then the rat was about this thick, and he was all flattened out. And he'd been, pulling about 50 G's in there and flattened the rat out. It was heavy enough, made the car vibrate. So I took the rat out and threw it away, put the hubcap back, the wheel cover back on. Man, it's smooth. It was perfect. And my boss, I told him what happened. He laughed. He goes, "Remove rat." Charged the guy like a wheel balance. He goes, "Well, you spent time on it." Black pepper, eggs, cream of wheat, sawdust. Oh, yeah, sawdust. There's no end to the stupid shit that farmers would throw. Man, I saw a farmer in Ohio. He had a big pan, a big steel pan. It was about this tall, and he had baling wire holding it under his engine on his tractor. The tractor leaked oil like hell. And that pan would start getting a lot of oil in it. He'd undo the baling wire and pour the oil in this can, and he'd pour it back in the engine. And that oil is beyond dirty. That's very cool. But Mopar El Camino is one of my favorites. Oh, okay.
Hey, Wendy.
Yeah, Wendy's here. Put breakfast into the radiator. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You take care of that.
You can get free breakfast, so you might as well throw it in your radiator, I guess. That's, who is it? Zip Tie's advice. Put eggs in the radiator.
Did he do that?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Junk. Nothing but junk. Nothing but junk.
Oh, you know what this
Don't
is?
teach people.
Jim, you know how thick this is?
Exactly the thickness that you want.
25,000.
That's why I brought it in there. I told you I'd solve our
problem. What did you do? Put your finger calipers on it? Figure it out?
Yes.
And it's been banging around out there for a while. I'm happy.
We tripped over it on the way in tonight and didn't think of it. I don't know. It's fine.
How should I get around it?
The worst part is it's damp. I'm sitting outside today.
Yeah, it looks wet. It looks shiny.
It's wet. You probably want to grab a rag and wipe it off.
I gotta get around it.
Yeah, that's one of the problems too. We should probably put those sawhorses out of the way, or
there's a whole setup there. Now the sawhorses, it's a big old setup, but then we piled a bunch of crap on it, so they're. Every flat surface turns into a storage area.
Every flat surface turns into a storage area. And then we work until we're exhausted, and then we don't clean up, and then we don't.
Yeah, the next time we walk in there, we go, "Oh my God."
We're raring to go, but the last thing we want to do is clean up yesterday's mess. So, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you're right. This thing's soaking wet.
Valfly says the water heater is a good start for a steam engine. No, it's not. Because, first of all, that's just the outer insulation
It's just the outer sheet.
But the water heater's not a good start for a steam engine because the reason we stopped using the water heater is because it was leaking, because it was rusting through. You don't want to use a rusty vessel for your steam engine base. So. Barracuda, the GM supercharged lots of those 3.8 engines, and they were pretty well liked.
Kim, can you take a break from that?
Yeah.
I need
Guys, I'm gonna go help him. Don't start there.
Well, I already started there. I need to this curve this way, and I need to curve this way. Can you just grab it and kind of make it so that these things will cut further? It needs to curve like something like yeah. Like that. Yeah. I'll just gotta go this way.
You know what this? You know what was really good?
I'm trying to do it quietly, but then I took you from the place. Oh, why is it so tough at the end?
Because there's a steam.
Okay, go back to chat.
All right. I mean, we really need to make a space. You can't even walk.
Can't walk through here now because we got this thing in the way.
Well, everything's just all the tools are out. It's just you can't.
Okay, well, you're in the way now.
I
Go back to
can't go anywhere.
Go back to there. I'll deal with this. Okay. Get more crap out over here. What is this out?
What is it?
Another toolbox.
Which tool? Oh, I was using it. Same reason everything else is out. Because I was using it. Didn't even have a good place to put it back away. Wasn't even in its place. It was just buried and had to unbury it to get to it. Okay. Pit Type says I've got a 3800 supercharged sitting in the old man's driveway up the street. Those 3800 superchargers are really good for supercharging the Plant 6 too. Josh Hellman says we should never have discontinued the 3800.
Oh.
Valfly says the 3800 supercharger didn't make boost until 3200 RPM, a bit late. Needed a better pulley ratio. Oh, I was not aware of that.
It's like those Cadillac CSE. Change the pulley and you can get a lot of horsepower just with the pulley.
Pitt says he offered him $2,000 for the Bonneville 15 years ago. He wanted a fortune. Now it just sits and rots. Somebody even stole the wheels off of it. Dean says the Buick 300 was a tall deck 215 Buick.
Oh, you know who knows about those?
Alice Brown would know about the Buick.
Alice Brown knows all about this Buick. He raced. Well, what size that engine that's in his car? What car we were working on?
I do not know what engine he had in there.
I think it's a 300.
Is it?
I think it is.
Who knows what motor is in Dallas Brown's project car right now? Stray Bullet asks, was that the Eaton M90 supercharger? I think that's what they used. Man, Chad is snarky tonight. I can't even keep up with all their references and snark. What do you say when the snark isn't especially snarky?
Same bad stuff.
No, they're just making jokes, and like Barracuda says, some people have been Bjork since they were Bjorn. Funny business. You might want to use a scraper on that.
It's just the wheel just takes it.
I know, but then it throws it in the air and it's disgusting.
Against the wall.
All right.
And most of it's already off, so it's already
Stuff in my eyes. Valfly says, any plans to use Damascus metal in the dash for decoration? Val, I would like to have some Damascus products in the catalog where you can redeem your Kim points to buy catalog items. I would love to have pretty Damascus stuff in there. Let me know when you can start producing Damascus stuff. I will add it right into the catalog. Hippie Long says Buff has no idea who Bjorn is. I don't really know either.
Bjorn? Okay, there was a hammer over here on this big long table. It's full of junk. Everything's there except the hammer.
What kind of hammer?
It's just a big old ball peen hammer.
Oh, the ball peen hammer.
Big old giant hammer.
Yeah.
It was on that table.
Well, I was using it, so I moved
Where
it.
did you use it?
I think it's in the bed of the truck.
This will work. Here's another hammer. This is heavy.
Pit Snipe has butter. Dean says the hunting of the snark. Burlock says be right back. He's getting info on the 3800 Supercharger. Dean was Bjorn again.
The ball peen hammers instead of this.
Mexican warns Pitt that if he uses butter, he'll get flies. Pitt forgot to feed his cat. Now he's pissy. Barracuda has the most refined version of the 3.8, naturally. Dean isn't allowed to show the officer because it's a concealed weapon. Pitch Snipe says, funny thing, people are reselling Walmart stuff on eBay and using DoorDash to deliver. I got a free bag of dog food and a case of wet cat food with my sugar order this week. Butters is very happy. Oh, yeah. Would be. Absolutely. Dean says it's got a 9-inch deck height, but also a balance shaft. You're packing extra tackle, Barracuda. I'm not sure what all that means. Hippie Long says, if I had a hammer, sing along, folks, I'd hammer in the morning. I'd hammer in the evening, all over this ute. I'd hammer out panels. I'd hammer out fenders. I'd hammer out a whiskey dent in the drinker door, all over this land. Valfly picked up some eBay Damascus for about $26 for a 12 by 2 by 1/8 piece. Well, that'll get you started. Dean says the Series 2 got a pygmy block deck height reduction. Okay. Barracuda says his cat sprayed his jacket. It'll probably have to air out for about 8 months. Oh, man. Pitt says Butters is offended because he thinks he's a dog. Identifies as a dog. That means he wants to use the dog's restroom. Not a litter box. Wants to poop in the grass like a real dog. Dean says it's a bootleg ABBA group. Pitt says ooh to the cat spray. Barracuda agrees. Ooh is right. Pitt says last time I ordered carb cleaner, it showed up by the ditch in Walmart sacks. Dean says he's going to get hammered in the morning, get hammered in the evening, until I adopt a 12-step plan. And Pitt asks if he needs a sponsor. If you're going to work a 12-step plan, you probably want a sponsor. If you're going to do it, if you want to do it by the book. Barracuda said she's just run out of business and I may not return to supply. Punishment? You can't punish anyone for anything. Don't you know? Yeah, Stray Bullet says get some cat urine odor eliminator. Yeah, I would think if you don't get something that's never gonna fade, that's such persistence. Chippy Long gets the doggy biscuits from Amazon. Oh, Mr. Burlock comes in with all the details. He says both engines share the same engine blocks, but compression is reduced from 9.4 to 1 in the L36, 8.5 to 1 in the L67. 8.5 to 1. GM listed the engine output as 240 horsepower. That's not too bad for a 3.8.
What?
I mean, a 318 doesn't put out 240 horsepower stock. It's pretty good. Pitt says the brother-in-law's girlfriend pulled in complaining about somebody dumping garbage in our ditch, and it was my carb cleaner. Yeah, that's kind of a lousy delivery method. They just dumped it out the window. Dean says just like ABBA doing the same thing 72 times over. Good deal. Yes, yes. Well, he did all that research and he typed all that stuff in, so I appreciate that he sent us some details. But yeah, everyone here has moved on to just random snarkery. Barracuda wonders how pungent lion pee is. I would expect it's not so great. Pitt mentions that his sister died of cancer 5 years ago. I'm really sorry for your loss, Pitt. I'm not sure who he was responding to. Abby Norm. Kenneth Brackett says, did so anyone see the story up here in Maine where they found a 1974 Z28 Camaro at the bottom of a lake in 55 foot of water? No plates on it, and the windows were down. Been there for decades. I saw the thumbnail. I wonder who dumped it. It was probably stolen. They probably dumped it. 74. Yeah, it's probably been down there for decades. Dean says I've had a few friends with Ford diesel, the Lion 2.7 liter engines is also expensive when it craps itself. Oh, I'll bet it's expensive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wasn't on purpose. Well, that's good. Oh, don't wire wheel that insulation. It's smells terrible. Oh, because you mentioned your brother-in-law's girlfriend? Absent-minded comments are acceptable. You don't have to apologize. Um, Hippie Long says I did the circus for years. Yeah, Hippie Long's a roadie for that kind of stuff. Lion and Tiger Pee is real bad. There you go. Get it from a knowledgeable source. Yes, it's bad. Have you ever been to the zoo? You ever been to the monkey house in the zoo? Man, does that stink like pee. They just pee wherever. Stinks. Stinks in there. The monkey house of the Pittsburgh Zoo in the wintertime. Man, does it stink. That's alright. Sometimes it takes one ruin to get to the...
Cut it off twice.
Cut it twice, it's still t-shirt. Yeah, that's gonna happen sometimes. I'm sorry. I know you. I have faith you'll sort it.
Oh, it was too much work to make this, to make it wrong.
One of these days I'll get a linear amplifier and silence these speaker Nazis on a Saturday night.
Oh, why did I do that?
Mr. Burlock says dairy-free copper-flavored ice cream is the bomb. I eat the dairy flavor, the real coffee-flavored ice cream, and I enjoy it. Dairy-free sounds expensive or somewhat less, but I guess if you cannot have dairy, after a while, even the dairy-free stuff tastes good. Like a water to a thirsty fish.
This side's different.
Did you just fart?
No, I stepped on your wiring harness.
Quit stepping on the wire.
It made noise like a fart.
Mexican Spec says the Twilight Zone is calling his name. That's understandable, Mexican Spec. You had a long day. Thank you for being here. And this chat has really careened. Dean says to really mess it up requires a computer buff.
I hate it when I work this hard and I ruin it. I got way too much time in this part to give up.
You've only been working on that for like 10 minutes.
10 minutes of waste. Unless I can make it work on this side, which I may be able to do.
It's a learning experience.
Cut and fit and cut and fit and cut and fit, and it's wrong.
Mexican Spec invites us to his chat tomorrow.
Oh yeah, what time? I want to be there.
What time, Mexican Spec? After Dead Dodge Garage. Whenever he feels like it. That's right. Dean says it's not a mistake, it's optimization. Now it's perfectly suited to go in the trash. I'm finally, hey, look, if you're going to stand there, let me move.
Move this. Yes, in the way.
Well, you were working over there.
When I'm stepping on these plastic connectors, it sounds like farting when they break.
Mm-hmm. I can't even see what you're doing.
Kim?
Yeah.
I think I can make it work on this side.
All right, well, just leave it here and go work on the other side. This side isn't ready.
I know. So this piece will probably work on this side after it's ready.
Okay.
But it still needs a little forming.
Pitch says, I've never seen a baby pigeon. That's because they're born grown. Barracuda asked, do birds pee? That's something I've never seen now that I think of it. Birds don't pee, they just crap.
They do both at the same time.
Yeah, both at the same time. They crap on your car. Valfly is having cravings for Little Debbie Star Crunch cookies. I don't remember the Star Crunch cookies. Is that the little cakes? Oh, oh, excuse me. Struggling. This is what it sounds like when the birds cry.
What is this? So difficult. Right. Probably need that power shear because cutting this with this, horrible. Probably a different pair of snips.
World of Wood Chip says, sorry I'm late. I had to see if that 96 Ford could drink the whole 12 pack. Did you do that thing like Zip Ties and Bias Flies did where he poured a bunch of beer down the gullet of some old Ford? You are miserable.
I know, because I got one.
I'm done. I don't want to be miserable. It's no fun. Oh, you are yelling a lot, Mr. Burlock. Your caps lock key is stuck. Rage Against the Metal is pissed off. Better than being pissed on by like a tiger or a bobcat. I wouldn't want to be married to Little Debbie. Grown Debbie. Adult Debbie, maybe, but not Little Debbie. For a cougar, for the peeing part. Pitt says, I'm not judging. I like the cap lock too. I don't even notice. There's people get real offended by, you're yelling. Like, whatever. Sometimes I literally write in all caps. I think it's neater. It's easier to read. Small letters are small.
That's it.
All letters are
City
bad.
Burlock, he likes to write, he likes to yell.
You don't have to shout. We can hear. Dean is worried about lovely guys with big ears, Pit Snipe. Jared Isaac Man could suffer the wingnut effect or the Zabadabadabekahawk effect, a microgravity effect. Cougar Debbie doesn't sell cookies, but if she did, she'd be every man's dream, maybe. Guys, you ran Mexican spec off. Too many hours of live stream chat. But I appreciate it. You keep the chat rolling. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. Keep it interesting. I think I burned out the chat.
Why?
They want you back.
What, everybody leaving?
It's not as much. Everybody went home.
What?
They went to other chats.
There's 26 people there.
No. Buddy Carfano would like a Keebler elf tree in his yard. Yeah, it sounds good, and then the permits and the elf union. Pitt is written in all caps since high school.
Because he was in the Navy.
Oh, and the
Navy
Navy.
guys always write all caps. That's all they had.
That's all they had was caps.
I don't know, it wasn't until like well into the 2000s the Navy finally got for lowercase on their keyboard.
Oh, geez.
They wrote everything.
They wrote everything in caps. In drafting class, we had to. Everything was done in caps. So
Yeah. That looks good on
it does. Looks appropriate. And 3/4 caps and stuff like that. So you'd have a little bolder and then slightly smaller, but all caps still. Pat Max says, I finally caught you live. Of course, while I'm in the shop doing lifters and chains on a 3.6 Jeep.
Who said
Oh,
that?
yikes. Pat Max, 1837. Welcome in. Thanks for catching us live. We're here Saturday nights for the rest of my natural life. Potentially parts of my unnatural life. At some point, I may be assimilated into an unnatural, unholy existence. Fear and loathing of Stellantis. Perhaps. Walter P. Chrysler Stellantis. Pat thinks it's awesome that, I don't know, if you haven't been here very long, you may find that it's not as much fun as you wanted it to be. The chat has been very snarky and highly randomized. And the project has been gruelingly slow tonight. Sometimes that's just how it goes, though. It just like crawls along, and then it once you kind of like get your footing, it leaps. But getting these these corners wrapped at the end of the bed where the before the tailgate. It's kind of tough. You never heard of 3/4 caps before? Just 3/4 size. Full size and then 3/4 size, so that the first letter is bigger, and then it goes sort of. But you don't use any lowercase letters, but you use 3/4 size. Dollfly's getting some sleep. Thank you for your contributions tonight, hon. Had lots of good things to say. Good. You were participating, and we appreciate that. And you weren't being trouble. Sleeps next to a Swiss cake roll.
He's a knowledgeable mechanic, that's why. So
do you just bite your Swiss cake roll, or do you dissect it? I'll take the outer, because if you just bite it, all the chocolate comes off the outside anyways. So I'll peel it, and then I'll unroll it and eat it. Yeah, that's probably just me picking. Tim says Buff is working in the background with the caps on. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm yelling at every talking to the sheet metal. And I'm yelling at the sheet.
Pat Max says it's all good. I always have to watch the replays, but I've been watching for a while. Oh, that's awesome then. Well, I'm glad you made it for the first time.
Who is this?
Pat Max.
Pat Max.
Down.
I see him.
Okay. With the hot girl sitting on. What kind of car is that hot girl leaning on?
Was Pat Max? I don't know. Is that Pat Max?
I don't know. That looks like a magazine picture or a. Could be. That could be Pat, potentially. I heard they refine it into fertilizer. What's that? The Swiss cake rolls? I don't really care, Mr. Brayloff. I think we're all over the formality of being upset about someone who uses all caps. I'll allow it. Oh. If it upsets somebody that much, they can just not look at your posts. Dean says Barracuda is reprobate enough to know what I'm saying. Yeah. I haven't watched Dumb and Dumber. I've probably watched most of the movie in like clips that I've seen of it. Isn't there multiple Dumb and Dumber movies? Like Dumb and Dumber and Dumber and stuff like that. Pitt likes it how some swear words are used very pedestrian in conversations in other parts of the world. That's interesting. You hear the way other people form their profanity. Buddy Carafano had an Uncle Mike who made good cupcakes. That's cool. Dean says in New Zealand and Australia you're practically illiterate without them. What's that? certain curse words, I would guess. Pat Max says my kid made the car on the computer and changed the grill and headlights and overlaid the girl. It was pretty cool when he did it. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, art. I'm down. That's not even AI. Real stuff. Real stuff. That's actually awesome. Stray Bullet says some people have vision problems and that's why they use caps. Maybe, maybe.
I have vision problems, which is why I have a 40-inch monitor over there to read the chat. And I'm hooked on something.
Pitt says there's a quarter-mile long, 30-foot tall pile of poo just down the road. Fully processed from the Omaha waste treatment plant. Oddly, the tomato seeds survive. They're delicious. You eat the tomatoes right out of the human poo? I don't know. Fully processed. Ugh. I don't know. Burlock says there's a moderator that kicks anyone for using all caps. Nightbot. Yeah, you can set the auto mod up to refuse that. Barry Kuda says the first Dumb and Dumber was good. Good. I don't know if good. Funny. Amusing. Diverting. Perhaps. Tavo's back for a while. Pitt says, we won't kick you out. I was just playing. I don't think anybody really gets too hot about caps in chat. Dean says the Nightbot is so hot. She's got the nicest eyes and romantic pincers. Pincers? Okay. World of Woodchip says he guesses he can understand caps to see better. He was yesterday a year old when he swore a wiring diagram for 20 minutes before going out and getting some cheaters. Oh yeah, I'm getting where like I'll be like this or like this. Pitt says I struggle to read the chat, then I remember Control Plus. And like, is that zoom in on it? World of Woodchip could not see without the cheaters. Yeah. If you squint, it's mint. Dean says you gotta go back to all caps or we won't know it's you. Yeah. We will suspect that it's not the real you if you're not in all caps. Wendy says good night. She's got to get clean in her house and take the trash out. You waited till this like late, Wendy.
She's working like 11-day stretch or something.
Oh, Wendy, I'm sorry. Burlock saw a 1974 Malibu with two grills, one upside down and one regular. That sounds nice. Pitt says, we let them spread the poo in the spring, and by midsummer, I just assume that tomatoes are clean. Hell, it's Nebraska. The state is 78% poo. I mean, there are appropriate ways to process those things so that no human disease can spread. I don't know. That's some sciencey person's job to make sure they don't kill us all. Let's hope they did their homework. Kenny Roberts said, "Look at the." I don't know what that even meant. Dean says, "I wish Craig was back. He's my favorite deputy." Uh, Tim says he has to turn his hearing aids down when he reads in all caps. World of Woodchip says sometimes the caps blow me away from the computer monitor. Right. It's burning my eyes. Wendy English says I can't see without my cheaters. I wear them every day. I can't see without my glasses. I wear them all the time. But sometimes I need to take these off and put different ones on. Like when I'm welding, I got to take these off because when I'm working like right here, I can't have these on. I can see a lot clearer, right? It's getting bad, folks. It's getting there. I'm getting to that age. Thank you, Daniel. I sneezed again. Pitt says the asparagus grows great in the ditches around the poo spreader. See, it's kind of unnerving. I understand how fertilizer works. I get it. Circle of life thing. Still scary. Stray Bullet uses a magnifying glass sometimes. I think it makes me look like a super sleuth. What's really nice, I don't have one anymore. I used to have one of those big magnifying glasses with the ring light on it. That's on like this, the thing, so you can lift it up and down, like like the dentist has. Got to get him one of those, because his eyes, he can't see nothing anymore. World of Woodchip says when the traction went away, Kenny didn't care. They still looked down on him for being an American dirt tracker while he was beating them. It was hilarious. Yeah, people be hating. They be hating. Pitt says nobody wants to see the sausage get made. That's right. That's right. I know what's in the sausage. I know. I don't want to watch, though. Sometimes I don't want to watch.
Telling about the bird that was eaten? Who fed their bird? Mouse or something.
Oh.
Remember?
Oh, yeah. We've had that conversation many times.
On here?
Not here.
No, this woman, and she was just some guy had a bird, that big bird. It ate a mouse. He fed the mouse the bird. And she goes, "Why do you have to feed him something that dies?" He goes, "Well, what do you suggest I feed him?" She goes, "Why don't you give him some hamburger?" And I'm thinking, what do you think? You go out and slice a piece of the cow off and grind it up, and the cow
spare ribs.
And the cow wanders
There's
off.
the extra ribs that the animal wasn't using.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I think I've done enough of this right now. I'm beat enough metal.
Buddy Carphone says, I take a picture on the phone, then I expand it to read the small print. You know what? I've done that. I have done that, Buddy Carphone. Wow. I'm almost embarrassed to admit. Sometimes you got to do
it. Diabetic, you got to read all the labels on everything. Sometimes the writing is so small on the food value stuff that nobody can read it. You got to do that. You got to take pictures of it, make it bigger.
Oh, wow. One cool feature of the Bronco 2 is, so when it's cold, right, it doesn't have a choke. So I reach under the intake so I can reach the throttle so I can give it, some accelerator pump shot to get it going, right? And then the starter relay is, it just doesn't carry enough current to really crank the starter. So I disconnected the cable to go straight to the starter. Well, since I'm holding the wire for the throttle and I'm holding the wire for the thing, it cooked the tips of two of my fingers, the 12-volt amperage. So it really burned the crap out of this one. This one's not so much. I guess I was holding with several fingers. Yeah, I'm like, what are these black marks on my fingers? And here I burned my hands.
Oh, I'll see.
See, Wendy says she's done that with taking pictures of stuff with her phone and then zooming in. And now she's actually leaving. You know what, Wendy? You're not going to miss much because I think we've made it to the end.
Well, you were here 2 hours and 25 minutes. Oh, and I started early, so it's 2.5 hours at least. So, turn on the Studebaker for a second, just for the fun.
It's been a good night.
Yeah, I got some pieces made, and that 25 thousandths thick sheet metal works well.
We found material.
Yeah.
Tim said some of the loads I hauled in my big rig reefer were from meat packing plants. You don't want to even look in there. No, you don't. No. You're glutton for punishment.
I was in a store in Russia where they had a place back there where they're butchers and stuff working, and then the meat, it smelled terrible in there. It smelled like old dead animals. It was horrible. But I looked in the freezer, not a freezer, but a cold section. All the meat in there looked okay, and it was cold. But I bet they'd been cutting back there forever, and whatever was on the floor probably rotten for. I don't know why it was so bad in there. I could only guess.
Oh, Pit Snipe says they just installed an electric fan, 3600 CFM, in a cat skid loader, and his brother-in-law stuck his hand, and I don't even need to see where it goes from there. Oh, I bet you he's got. My hands are always torn up. My nails are bruised. I want to see what you do. I want to see what you do.
One piece isn't too bad. The other piece is like partway. It's like another piece.
Yeah.
Okay, see how this is going to have to be. You have to hold it a little bit, and then we're going to start making wedge-shaped things that go from that to that.
Yep. That's what's going to need to happen.
I did some of it.
I would like this edge to be just about this much of this heavy stuff.
You know what happens with this? This is really hard to fit because it needs to curve this way and this way.
Oh yeah.
It's a bunch of hammering and it's tiny little snips, and it's this stuff when you cut it with the snips, it kind of folds it.
Yep.
It's not nice.
No, it's not nice.
That's
why we left it till last.
It doesn't. No, well, that is the last part you have to do. You gotta.
I know.
You gotta put one side
I know.
fit into the other side. So you gotta. It is last. It is the last part of that thing. Oh man. Do I spy a hot water tank skin? You sure do, and that's 25 thousandths of an inch thick, which is, I don't know what that is in millimeters, but it's like a mild steel, and I'm trying to make a curve around the corner there, and it's got a curve this way and this way.
What kind is it?
What kind of what?
A water tank.
I don't know what kind of.
All the stickers are worn off. It's been sitting out back for 2 years.
Worn out dead water tank. Has it been 2 years? It has been.
It's been 2 years.
Oh,
you were working away.
I was in Oregon, and that was in 23. Might have been late in the year. No, it was earlier in the year.
Pablo says
it's been 3 years.
Millimeter stainless panel skins.
What is 25 thousandths? This is thinner than
yeah, it's very workable.
20 gauge.
I dragged it over here. I was going to use it to patch that muffler, and I took another look at the muffler, and I was like, no, I got to replace the muffler on the Ram truck.
I said 25 thousandths, 0.025 inch. So I don't know. I'm too brain dead right now to convert that to metric. We're going to sit on the tank, keep the outside elbow away from your side, so if you start sliding, steering into it becomes. So, Josh Ullman, 25 thousandths inch or 1/40th. 1/40th. I want to know what it is in millimeters. Yeah, that's much thinner than 1 millimeter. I'm sure of that. I just don't know what it is. It's 1,000th of a quarter of an inch.
Right. Pitt says he worked for electric motor shops, and when you fire up a 4,400 volt AC motor on the test bed, it would pull on your shirt and make your hair stand up. Yeah, that's a big magnetic field happening there. And old dead animals.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what it sounded. That's what it smelled like in a Russian store. Over by the meat section, it did not smell good, but the meat in the cooler looked okay, and it was cool. So I don't know what. Okay, roughly about 0.6 millimeter.
Some of the chaps I lost.
Tim says, I'm going to call it a night. I think we're going to call it a night, too.
Yeah, we're going to call it a night,
So, thank you, everybody, for being here. And we will be back on Tuesday night with year 2000 cars. And, you know, I've been looking at some pictures, and there's some interesting cars from then. I never thought of it as being old cars. But, you know, tonight I don't know the age of everybody in here, but on a lot of nights we have people in here that were born after 2000. So those are old cars to them. And, yeah, so anyway. And then we'll look at everybody's pictures anyway. It almost doesn't matter what year they're.
I want to answer the question, though. Barry Kuda says, asks, how long can hot water cylinders last? Mine says 1988 on it.
Ooh.
You've had a pretty good run. But I have seen them I've seen 35 years on a tank sometimes. The old tanks were glass lined, and depending on how it was handled during shipping, if the glass lining wasn't messed up, and you lived somewhere where the water pressure was not very high, maybe you only had 40 pounds of water pressure, and it didn't fluctuate a lot, like if you had an expansion tank, and so the water pressure stayed very consistent, they can last indefinitely. Especially if you have like a real nice dry basement, and you have reasonably low and consistent water pressure, they can last a really long time. And I think they're epoxy lined tanks now, so they're actually less vulnerable to like getting banged around during shipping. Because if they get banged around during shipping and it breaks this, the seal on the, or see if the water pressure goes real high, it'll flex the tank over and over again. There's fatigue involved. But a lot of tanks, they only have like a 3-year warranty on them, because there's tanks that rust through in just over 3 years.
Do we change the anode every 5 years?
You can. There's a lot of people that never change the anode. And flushing them can help, and the anode can help. From the glass-lined tanks of old Latrobe. That's right, World of Wood Chip. They used to make beer in glass-lined tanks.
Well, time to head home.
Okay, guys.
Thanks for being here.
Next time, we'll talk all you want about hot water tanks. You've made it to the end. I award you 3 additional points. Keep track of your points. They'll be important later.
Tim says Tuesday will send you pictures of snow-covered Pikes Peak. Man.
We'll talk to you all really soon.